Rudskogen Boogie. All right, so this week we go to Rudskogen Motor Center, and it's a tough one. I've never really done a race here except for when it came out. I did a couple, and it's interesting trying to get it down quickly and get around it slowly, decently. But we were able to get down to a 127.712. I think the really fast guys are going to be doing 25s. So it's maybe I'll be able to in the week gain a little bit of time, but I'm guessing I'm going to be more in the 28 and a half range on a good lap. That turn 1-2 complex is really tough for me. The 3-4 is really tough for me too. That whole it's a tough track. You've got to be really patient in this track, and I am not the most patient as far as waiting for exits and that kind of stuff. And it's really really helps out when you do that. Have that patience ready to go. But without further ado, let's show you the lap that we got, and then we'll go through how we did it, and we'll come back and we'll close things up.
Sector 3 is a tenth off your best. Sector 1 is a tenth off your best. That was 127.7. Sector 3 time is fast.
All right, Rudskogen in our Formula Ford. We got ourselves a 127.712. Let's look at it and see how we did it. Took us quite a while to get this lap down. There's still a lot more time in it. Fast guys are probably going to be in the 25s or lower. But this is what I was able to do. So we'll go through it. Got a decent exit out of the final straight. Breaking point here, we're aiming for in between the 100 and the 50, a little closer to the where the start of this red and white curbing is here. So we're gonna hit the brakes pretty hard here, and we're gonna try and bring it down and start trailing. I'm kind of aiming for like trying to get down to second, and we're going to take a fair chunk of this curb here as we go through this corner. We're going to give it a little gas as we come off of it, and then we're gonna take a bit of this curb that we're coming out to, and we're just going to kind of give it a little bit of gas here. We're not getting all the way on the throttle yet. We gotta wait a little bit, and then as we kind of come towards the exit, we'll start to throttle up. If we throttle up too soon, it's gonna we're gonna overshoot the exit here, and we don't want to do that. Yeah, now we're just gonna be full throttle through the rest of this here. As we come down here, we're going to start braking about here as we come down to the 100 marker on the right hand side is a good indicator as far as where we're going to start braking. I'm going to try and brake in a straight line here and then ease off and try and leave a little bit of pressure for a little bit. And we're going to try and bring our inside wheels down here. I wasn't able to on this lap, but we're trying to get down to that, and we're going to give it a little bit of gas. Just kind of settle the back end down, and then we're going to be patient. Kind of wait, just a little bit of pressure here. You get the front wheels to get a little bit more grip, turn us in a bit more. And then as we come over here, we're going to start gassing up. And then as we get to where we're going to exit without overshooting, we're going to start giving it more gas. We can be in it pretty hard. We need to get over to the right. And we're going to, when we get over here, we're going to lift so we can set up our line for the next set of corners here. So lift, and we're going to give it more gas as we're taking a fair amount of this curb here. Still got our wheels on the curbing. Any more to the left and we're going to get an off track. We don't want to do that. We're just going to give it flat out. We're going to have to lift a little bit on this upcoming corner, but we're going to do a similar thing as we're coming through here. Just about half throttle. And we're going to give it a little bit more, and then we're going to brake as we approach this next corner here. Just a little bit, and then we're going to kind of come over onto this one too. We're braking, and we're going to turn in and try and keep it as tight as we can on this corner. Downshifting, and we're bringing in a little bit of gas as we're doing this. Once again, we're just kind of easing into it so that we don't. If you get into it too early on a lot of these corners on this track, you're going to end up overshooting your exit, and that's what we don't want to do. Because then you've either got to lift again to get not overshoot, or you overshoot it and you miss your corner, which is worse. You know, either way is really slow. So yeah, this is all just going to be flat out through here. So we get down to kind of where the 50 is, and that's going to be our next big braking point. Pretty heavy, and I kind of get down to first through here, but we've got to be real slow with how we turn the wheel in, because it's kind of like in Snetterton, where if we turn the wheel too hard, we're going to spin the car. And we're just going to, as we get here, we're going to start bringing some throttle back in, and full throttle. I did notice if I came out too tight on that exit, my revs would climb because I'd be losing traction in one of the back wheels, and then as soon as it caught up, I'd lose a bunch of revs, and it would really slow the car down. So being smooth on that exit is pretty important. And we just got to be full throttle through here. And we're going to be trying to get over to the right hand side so that we can brake in a straight line for this final corner here. Yeah, we're going to brake and trail, and then we're going to come in and we're going to use this curb, and we give it the gas again, and then full throttle here, and then this final corner. I know I goofed up on this lap. I figured out later on, but I wasn't able to get a better lap with it. We're going to lift here, and then give a little bit more gas, and then we're going to brake. And on this lap, I went down to first, but I believe second is a lot quicker through this corner here. But we're just going to give it a little bit of gas. Again, we've got to wait quite a while before we give it all the gas for the same reason, which we just did. For the same reason that if we had gotten on it earlier, we would have shot out over here and gotten a 1x or a slowdown. But yeah, there you have it. We got ourselves a 127.712. So yeah, this one's a tough one for me. It's going to be interesting to see how I can do, and if I can get some good times, good laps in, and compete. We'll see. This might be a bye week for me. I don't know. But we'll try and do a race and get it put up later in the week. If you want to see that, make sure you hit the subscribe button. Thumbs up if you liked the video, thumbs down if you didn't, and head on over to twitch.tv/thepiltdownman if you want to watch along live when we do those races. See you next time. Bye.